Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Champion Car Wash Field in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon. It's day 3 of the Doc Stewart's Father's Day Tournament, and it's time for baseball tonight here on The Score. Joey Keyran here with you once again as we get ready to bring you the Saturday night matchup between the Doc Stewarts and the Hillsdale Merchants. Doc Stewart's trying to bounce back after a tough loss last night against the Corvallis Girting Builders Market Men. The Doc Stewarts led early but give it up late, a 9-7 loss against the Market Men. Meanwhile, the Hillsdale Merchants are 3-0 in the tournament and coming off of a pair of wins yesterday, 14-2 against Nelson and 8-2 against the Southern Oregon Baseball Club. We've got Doc's Baseball coming up for you tonight here on The Score. Well, it's great to have you with us, and we are happy to say that we are able to get this game to you in its entirety for those that are listening on the radio or maybe tuning in to listen on the 541 radio app and at 541radio.com. They moved the College World Series Game 1 up, and so that means that they got done early, and we are able to bring you the entire game here on the radio. Our game tonight is streaming live online at 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel as well. Hit the subscribe button and follow the action with us there online and follow along throughout this summer season. So we've got the live video stream up and running. We've got the radio broadcast going. And coming up here on the Roseburg Disposal pregame show, we continue our series of player interviews with the Doc Stewarts as we will get a chance to be on the bench with Reagan Soper. He's the international product on the roster this season, and we get a chance to sit down and talk with him a little bit coming up here in just a couple of moments. So don't go anywhere. We've got our player interview coming up when we return. This is the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Back after a 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Social Security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Everest, K2, and now the Mountain by Mountain Mike's Pizza, the biggest pizza this side of the Rockies. The mountain-sized pizza is a massive 20 inches wide, delivering 20 slices and a mountain of toppings. Made with the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. It's time to go big. Order yours now by using our mobile app.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Back here as we're covering Docs this summer, as we continue on with our player interviews here on The Score. We are on the bench, and today we get a chance to catch up with Reagan Soper. He is the interesting one here, and we could probably spend all sorts of time talking here with Reagan, but out of Auckland, New Zealand, and here for your time at college with Umpqua Community College, you still meet the age requirement, so you get a chance to spend the summer with us here playing Docs baseball. And, just tell me the journey to come over here. What's that been like, and how did you feel about your first year at Umpqua Community College?
Yeah, I mean, the recruiting process to get here was crazy. Yeah. I mean, it's really hard coming from New Zealand. You have to really, make your own pathway.
Yeah.
So me and my dad would spend hours just following every coach possible. Mm-hmm. And Coach West from Umpqua, he made it really easy to just pick it immediately. I mean, having a batting cage 5 steps from where you sleep is insane, especially from where I come from. The nearest batting cage is like an hour away.
Oh, wow.
And there's 2 in the country, I think. So, a lot of gas.
Yeah. For sure.
A lot of time. So, yeah, I mean, it just made it easy to pick Umpqua for sure.
Yeah. What's baseball like in New Zealand? I think we talked about it a little bit, but we know that, rugby, soccer, cricket, there are a lot of other sports that are a little bit bigger internationally than baseball is here. What's the sport of baseball like there? And what do you feel like the competition level is and the popularity and how hard was it to find places to play?
I mean, baseball in New Zealand, it's tiny, right? It's like trying to find a cricket club in Oregon. You know what I mean? You're not going to find it. There's about 7 teams in the entire country.
Wow.
No high school baseball, no college baseball, nothing like that. So all club. The whole getting here was really tough, but it was really good that since it's such a it's like concentrated in one area, I got to play against pro guys, college guys, because they would all come to the same spot in New Zealand to play. So I still had a lot of competition. I was still seeing, college level arms before I got here.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Yeah. What got you into baseball? With it being such a niche sport over there, what got you into the sport?
So my dad played men's softball.
Okay.
So that's really big in New Zealand.
Like fast pitch softball?
Yeah, fast pitch softball. New Zealand's really good at it. Like they were number 1 in the world at one point. We've dropped down to like 3rd or 4th now, but we were good back in the day. And my dad just thought that, baseball would be better for opportunities and all that stuff. And if I did grow up to be half decent, I could have an opportunity to go and play somewhere else and maybe make money. So he decided to put me into baseball as early as he could. I was about 7. And again, with baseball being so small, the age groups were 3 years apart. So it would be like 11U, 14U, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was 7 years old playing against big 11-year-olds. That was scary. So,
yeah. I was going to say, here in America, T-ball and all that stuff, you get into that. I mean, whether you want to or not, it seems like every kid pretty much ends up getting into that. And so it's a natural for a kid that maybe wants to play at a higher level to kind of grow up in the sport. And for you, it was maybe something you grew up with, but not necessarily something that was quite as ingrained as it is here. What are, classmates in high school and stuff like that, when they find out or, they know that you play baseball, what do they say about that? I mean, I'm sure that being kind of an outlying sport over there, it's kind of probably a little bit weird.
Yeah, I mean, they were like, baseball? What? You play baseball? My closest friends, they started to get into it and they started to understand it. But, it was so small that they just were like, okay, you play for the New Zealand team? Cool. Like, there's 20 players in the country. Who cares,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that definitely makes it a little interesting there. Well, the transition to being here in America, I am sporting my New Zealand gear today. I did get the chance to spend time over there. I know what it's like to go the other direction. What's it been like for you to come over here and kind of get ingrained in the American culture here?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty crazy. Just the amount of baseball here and opportunities and everything is a lot better than New Zealand. So, yeah, I mean, I fit in pretty well because it's kind of the same stuff.
Yeah.
The shops and the food and the people. The only real difference is the accent. So yeah, I fit in pretty good.
We've been seeing with the World Cup going on right now, we've been seeing a lot of people that are international coming to America and surprised by certain things over here. Is there something that stands out as like the biggest surprise of kind of maybe everyday life in America versus being in New Zealand?
I mean, just how little you guys know about other countries. I was shocked, just everyone has no clue of anything outside of America. So
what's maybe one thing that people think of when you tell them from New Zealand? Like, is there something that you get that most people seem to think kind of connect with New Zealand
Australia.
For me? Yeah.
Australia. Everyone thinks I'm from Australia. Everyone thinks that I'm really good with sheep and I play rugby, and it's just not the case. But
the sheep thing is what I heard the most. That there's more people that are more sheep than the population in New Zealand. Is that still something that might be true?
Yeah, no, it's very true. I think it's 5 sheep per person, so 50 million sheep.
Yeah.
5 million people.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
The nickname Kiwi stick around for you?
Yeah, I got that nickname first day at UCC.
I figured.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, you're Kiwi, and I was like, okay.
Okay, that works. Do you like Kiwi?
I do. I think it it sounds like it matches me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a small guy, so kiwi kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Now, because there's the fruit and then there's the bird, right? Yeah. Do most people not know that? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm still explaining to people that it's a bird.
Yeah.
And it's the national bird of New Zealand. They kind of look the same. The bird looks exactly the same as the fruit, so I get how maybe they're confused, but yeah.
Yeah. I know you didn't get a ton of time out on the field with UCC this spring as you were making your way over here, but obviously looking to try and build this summer towards getting an opportunity to be on the field more, growing yourself in the game. With the this summer season with the Doc Stewarts, what's maybe something you hopefully look to take from this, grow from this, maybe a goal that you might have for this summer?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to string as many at-bats together as possible, build my confidence back up, just play as much baseball as I possibly can.
Yeah. You got a driver's license over here or anything like that?
Well, my New Zealand license just transfers over.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
And so I'm just, driving everywhere.
You've driven? You got a car and stuff?
Yeah. Well,
has it been an adjustment?
It was really weird the first couple times I drove, but it's funny. When I went back to New Zealand, after driving here all the time in the fall, I pulled onto the wrong side of the road out of the airport, and I was like, oh no. So
yeah,
that was bad.
I totally get it. My quick story time here. My first time I bought a car over there while I was there, pulled out. I needed to get petrol because I didn't need to get gas. I needed to get petrol. And I pulled out, and I did make it to the right side of the road, but trying to get into the station threw me off because I wanted to go in one way. I think it was supposed to be an entry only. I was all over the place. It was. Thank God I didn't crash my first day out there, but it definitely is a bit of an adjustment. And when I got back, I had to stop and think about which side of the road to pull out on. So it's definitely fun. Well, hey, it's really cool to get a chance to talk to you and find out more about the trip to get here and your time playing baseball here. We look forward to seeing some great things. Reagan, thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, we're on the bench here. It's Reagan Soper joining us. Be back with more Docs Baseball here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Back here at Champion Car Wash Field as we get ready to go for tonight's ball game. Let's introduce you to the Southern Septic Service starting lineups. First, we'll take a look at the batting order for the Hillsdale Merchants. After the coin flip, they were the visiting team led by Coach Phil Johnson. Ramsey Prentice will lead things off, the catcher, followed by Cam Hammer, the third baseman. Spencer Ames at shortstop will bat third. Caden Cruz, the first baseman, will go fourth in the lineup. Jackson Poole is hitting in the 5 spot, starting in center field. Carson Fleming in left field will bat 6th. Toussaint Copter is the DH. He will bat 7th. Peyton Nash is the second baseman, hitting 8th, and rounding out the starting 9 will be Calvin Cowing, the right fielder. The DH being utilized for starting pitcher Will Hartstrom. Taking a look at the defense for the Doc Stewarts here in the first inning. Behind the plate will be Mason Young. Out at first base, Tanner Wirtz. Second base, Tegan Sprague. On the left side of the diamond, Logan Anderson at third, Reagan Soper at short. In the outfield from left to right, Easton Bachmeyer, Christian Corba, and Fletcher Coleman. That's a look at your starting defense. And they will look to support starting pitcher for tonight. That is Ty Hellenthal. Here in a non-league game, not a league counter, they can kind of get a little bit flexible with the roster. Ty Hellenthal, former Doc Stewart, former Umpqua Valley Christian standout for the Monarchs. He just was a freshman at UCC, and now he will get a chance to pitch here this season with the Doc Stewarts. One off, he might get some other opportunities in other non-league games, but we will not see him in the league games coming up. He's not a permanent fixture on the roster, but he will get a chance to pitch here tonight. He will fire in the first pitch, high and away, ball 1, and we are underway here between the Hillsdale Merchants, who are 3-0 in the tournament, taking on the Docs, who are 1-1. Ramsey Prentice, the lefty at the plate, leading off. Missing again for Hellenthal, just out on the outside edge. Missing away against the lefty. A 2-0 pitch here for Hellenthal. Works out of the stretch with nobody on base. That ball is fouled away. It'll be the first strike of the at-bat. Top of the first inning. Our starting lineups were brought to you by Southern Septic Service. From residential to commercial, Southern Septic Service has your behind covered. Get a free no-obligation estimate today on your septic, grease trap, and portable toilet needs. Visit SouthernSepticServiceInc.com. That pitch high, and it's a 3-1 count for Prentice, who leads things off. Ty Hellenthal, 7 appearances, 4 starts for the Umpqua Riverhawks during the spring season, his college year, first college year of baseball. The right-hander will step back on the bump, deliver the 3-1. And he misses high for ball 4. So not quite the way he was hoping to dial things up here to get things started. The leadoff man aboard for Hillsdale. Cam Hammer will come up to bat.
Now batting number 2, Cam Hammer.
Hellenthal during the spring with the Riverhawks had a 3-1 record in his 4 starts, 31 innings. He had a 4.06 ERA, 9 strikeouts, only 6 walks in those 31 innings. So not a big strikeout guy, but he didn't walk a lot of guys, so surprising to see him start things out that way here. That ball is popped up way into this late evening sky, and at second base, Tegan Sprague. A lot of time shuffling his feet, waiting for that ball to come down, but he's underneath it for the first out here in the first inning. So Cam Hammer will fly out, 1 away. Still 1 man at first base. Spencer Ames, the shortstop, will dig in. He's another lefty at the plate for the Merchants. Spencer Ames, out of Central Catholic High School, graduating this year for the Rams. Pickoff throw to first base. Back in safely, unable to hang on to the baseball over there, was Danner Wirtz. Hellenthal's got a pretty good move to first base. Can be deceptive with how quick he gets it over there. Ready to deliver the first pitch to Ames, another lefty. Runner going, that ball belted in the air towards right field. Long run out that direction for Coleman. It's off the wall, and now he's got to chase it back towards the infield. They are going to wave around the runner heading home. The runner going to third. Throw off line. Anderson couldn't get to it, but backing up the play was Bachmeyer in a good spot on the triple by Spencer Ames. Ames gets around on that ball and launched it to the fence. For a moment, thought it might have had a chance to get out of here. It's good enough to drive in the first run of the ball game. It's 1-0. The Hillsdale Merchants in front. Scoring from first base was Ramsey Prentice. Still just 1 out. Caden Cruz will bat. One of the top two-way players in the Northwest Athletic Conference this year, and he takes one down the middle, elevated. Start off with a 1-0 count. Caden Cruz pitched and hit for Clark Community College during the spring season. Takes at the knees for a strike. As a hitter at Clark Community College, played in 41 games, hit .257 did Caden Cruz, who was the 6A State Player of the Year back in 2025. He will foul one back behind home. That'll be strike 2 against the cleanup hitter. Ty Hellenthal is a State Player of the Year. I want to say, I don't have my notes on Ty anymore because didn't realize he was going to be on the team until this week. But I believe he was the two-time 2A, 1A State Player of the Year at UVC. 1-2 pitch. That's hit hard towards left field. Twisting and turning. Easton Bachmeyer will get there. It'll drive in a run, and it'll be 2-0. The Merchants in front here in the first inning. Sac fly to left field by Caden Cruz. And up to bat will be Jackson Poole. Nobody on base. 2-0 lead here early on for the Hillsdale Merchants. Docs will have to get the bats going. Just one hit, a leadoff walk coming back to hurt, and a one-out triple. You've got two down and nobody on base. First pitch swinging away for Jackson Poole. Hit well towards center, but playable for Christian Corba. And that'll be the final out. A couple of hard-hit balls there in that first inning for the Hillsdale Merchants, who have been putting up a lot of runs against everybody so far. They get 2 runs on 1 hit. No errors for the Doc Stewarts. Nobody left on base. It's 2-0 Hillsdale in front as we go to the bottom of the first here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Number 12, hitting for Will Hartstrom.
Back here at Champion Car Wash Field, let's introduce you to the starting lineup for the Roseburg Doc Stewarts under first-year coach Cody Walton. Reagan Soper, the shortstop, leads things off. Tegan Sprague, the second baseman, will bat second. Third baseman Logan Anderson hitting third. Center fielder Christian Corba will bat cleanup. The right fielder will be Fletcher Coleman batting fifth. At first base, Tanner Wirtz will bat sixth. The DH is the 7-hitter Quinn Gaylor batting eighth, and the playing catcher is Mason Young. And in left field will be Easton Bachmeyer rounding out the starting 9. And taking a look at the defense quickly for Hillsdale, Ramsey Prentice back behind the plate, Caden Cruz at first, Peyton Nash at second. On the left side, Cam Hammer at third, Spencer Ames at short. We'll take a look at the outfield here after this first pitch. First delivery, swinging away, Reagan Soper pops it up, foul territory, playable. And the catch is made in foul territory by Caden Cruz, one away. In the outfield, Carson Fleming, Jackson Poole, and Calvin Cowing from left to right. So you've got one down as Tegan Sprague will bat. First pitch there for Soper flies away. You might notice there's a missing name in the lineup card for the Doc Stewarts. The shortstop, Paxton Burke, is at the Richardson All-Star Series. First pitch, strike one for Logan Anderson. Excuse me, not Logan Anderson. Tegan Sprague at the plate, the second baseman. He'll chop one towards third. Cam Hammer took a step in, takes a step back, and fires across the diamond, 2 away. As Will Hartstrom on the mound. He has thrown 3 pitches and gotten 2 outs. He is a big kid He is class of 2028. They had him listed on the JV roster for Beaverton, but boy, he doesn't look like a JV player if you ask me. We'll see how things go here, unless my research was wrong, which is very easily possible this time of year. He fires one in the dirt, ball one for Logan Anderson, the 3-hitter. So no Paxton Burke for the Docs tonight. He's up in Corvallis at the Richardson All-Star Series, North versus South going on there at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. He'll be gone today and tomorrow, so the Docs will be without him. He'll be back for the doubleheader against Medford on Monday. Pitch low, 2-0 count for Logan Anderson. So no Paxton Burke. Wade Molitor, he's also been away for the team here this tournament. He will be back middle of next week. He's been off on a planned trip that happened before the season got underway. So just some absences as a ball fouled down the third base side by Logan. He's got a 2-1 count. Docs trail 2-0. We're in the bottom of the first. Starting lineups again brought to you by Southern Septic Service. Visit SouthernSepticServiceInc.com for a no-obligation free estimate today on your septic, grease trap, and portable toilet needs. The 2-1 is low from Hartstrom. He's a tall kid, and he's not gangly. You know, a lot of times you see young kids. He's class of 2028, will be a junior next year. See those young kids, bean poles out there when they're growing into their frames. But Hartstrom, it looks like he's got a pretty decent frame on him. He fires hard, but in, and it is a walk with 2 outs for Logan Anderson.
The next batter, number 1.
So definitely for the Beaverton Beavers, he'll be one that they are excited about, I imagine, going forward. Big kid out there on the mound that they can continue to mold. A 2-out walk for Anderson, 1 on, 2 away. Christian Corbo will bat. Corba starting in center field. He's kind of along the same lines as Hartstrom here, a youngster from Roseburg High School. He'll belt one towards center field. Jackson Poole going back will come back underneath it, and that will wrap things up. Hard hit ball there by Corba, but right at the center fielder, and the Docs will get 1 man aboard, but can't do anything with it. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. We are through 1 inning to play. We head to the top of the second. Hillsdale 2, Doc Stewart's nothing on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
At Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
As we get ready to start the second inning, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for a station identification. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball here on the Score.
First batter for the Merchants to lead off the top of the second inning, number 6, Carson Fleming.
For the Merchants, it'll be Fleming, Coptour, and Nash that will come up to bat. They lead it 2-0 as we start the second inning. Ty Hellenthal gets a strike on the outside corner to get things started. Oh, 1 count to the 6-hitter in the lineup, Fleming, starting in left field. He'll take a breaking ball for strike 2. Much better start here for Hellenthal, who walked the leadoff man in the first inning. He's finding the strike zone here early in the second inning. And if I remember correctly, Hellenthal was always a guy that seemed to get stronger as the game went on. So hopefully that'll be the case tonight here for the Doc Stewarts. Carson Fleming takes outside, a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Fleming out of Sherwood High School, class of 2025. He was at Springfield, or he was at the College of the Redwoods in the spring. Played 30 games there. A 1-2 pitch to him from Hellenthal. That's well hit out towards left field. On the run will be Bachmeyer underneath it. One away. And that's also, I called a couple of Ty Hellenthal's games with the Umpqua Riverhawks during the spring season, and that's another thing to remember is he kind of gives up a lot of balls in play. Let the defense help him out behind him, especially some of these balls hit in the air. During the spring season with the Riverhawks, they're batting with wood bats. It's a little bit harder to get the ball out of the ballpark with the wood bats. With the metal bats, could come back to hurt just a bit. Toussaint Coptour will hit one right back up the middle. Line drive on the first pitch for a single out to Christian Corbin in center field. Coptour out of Central Catholic. He was at Lane Community College this year, but redshirted. Second-team All-League utility player in 2025. So far, this Hillsdale Merchant team living up to the scores that we've seen from them throughout the tournament. They are a team that apparently can hit the ball. They had 10 runs against the Baseballism Wet Sox on Thursday, put up 14 runs against the Nelson Hawks, and 8 runs against Southern Oregon Baseball yesterday. So they have been probably one of the highest scoring teams in the tournament so far. Peyton Nash will dig in, the second baseman. First pitch over the plate for strike one. Joining me in the booth here tonight is Carter Stedman once again. Going to give him a chance to get a couple innings here tonight. He's going to help fill in on a couple of games this summer. Give me a chance to have a little bit of a break as a pickoff throw to first base not in time. So, Carter, good evening.
Thanks.
Nice to have you back again.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
as always.
Always good to have an extra pair of hands here in the booth. 0-1 count for Peyton Nash with Coptour at first. A back pick down to first base. They've got him off the bag. Wirtz will throw to second, but the throw is late. In safely will be Coptour with the stolen base. Mason Young had the right idea, fired down to first, had him off the bag, but the throw kind of got Danner a little twisted up. It was low. He had to get his glove down. His feet got tangled up. He had to get to a throwing position, and by the time he did, got it down to second base. The throw was a bit high, and the tag applied by Reagan Soper at second base just a little late. 1-1 pitch, grounded towards third. It'll be foul, wide of the bag. Logan Anderson at third base. So with no Paxton Burke with the team here this weekend, Reagan Soper takes over at shortstop. Tegan Sprague goes to second base defensively, where Soper's been starting. Logan Anderson stays at that third base spot. The 1-2 from Hellenthal is lifted high in the air towards left field. Foul territory, but Bachmeyer, no, he does not have a play on that ball. He was looking at it as if he had a chance to read that one, but does not get there. So it'll be a 1-2 count still for the 8-hitter in the lineup for the Merchants. Peyton Nash. Waits on the 1-2. It's low and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tonight's game brought to you by McClendon Smokehouse, a family-owned meat shop and smokehouse offering a wide selection plus fresh produce, baked goods, and a general grocery selection. Stop by and check them out at West Harvard Avenue. It's low on the 2-2 pitch, and Nash has a full count. Right now, the Hillsdale Merchants leading 2-0 here in the top of the second. Final game, day 3 of the Father's Day tournament here at Champion Car Wash Field. Hellenthal with a man at second base and just 1 out. His 3-2 pitch. Grounded towards third. Logan Anderson has it. Will send it across to Wirtz. The runner stays at second. Throw down that way from Wirtz, not in time. So the Docs will execute the infield defense to perfection. Hold the runner at second. Get the out at first. 2 away. Calvin Cowing coming up to bat. Couple of former teammates there, Ty Hellenthal and Logan Anderson at Umpqua Valley Christian. Now they are competitors against each other in the college ranks, both playing in the South region of the Northwest Athletic Conference. But they get a chance to hook up together there. That ball fouled away by the 9-hitter Cowing, the right fielder for Hillsdale. Cowing out of Grant High School, graduating this year. Looked like he was still uncommitted for next fall, looking to find a home. Like so many ball players going into the summer season. The 0-1 pitch from Hellenthal. Sprague holding on, the runner at second. Off-speed pitch misses high. Sprague, another former teammate for Hellenthal as well. Sprague at Umpqua Valley Christian. Although he was a youngster playing. Nah, he's still a youngster, but he was just a freshman playing with Hellenthal. Lifted in the air towards right field. Fletcher Coleman has a read on it as he battles this evening sun. He will make the catch, no problem in right field, and it's a clean frame for the Doc Stewarts. No runs on the one hit, no errors, and one man left on base. It's still 2-0. The Hillsdale Merchants in front as we go to the bottom of the second. Docs with Coleman, Wirtz, and Gaylor coming up to bat on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
We welcome you guys back to Champion Car Wash Field. Today's game sponsored by Gibbs RV Superstore. You got to get to Gibbs, where RV means real value.
2-0 lead. Doc Stewart's trailing at the moment against the Hillsdale Merchants. I know I said that a little awkwardly there. My apologies. I was, I guess, maybe hopeful thinking that the Doc Stewarts were in front here as we start at the bottom of the second, but they've got some ground to make up. They got one man on in the first inning against Will Hartstrom. They'll try to see if they can do more here in the second. First pitch to Fletcher Coleman, fouled back and into the netting. The Doc Stewarts now 8 games into this season. 2-6 on the year, so they've got a little bit of statistics kind of piled up here. Team batting .290 coming into today's action is another foul ball for Coleman. He's down 0-2 in the at-bat. Fletcher hitting .350 on the summer so far. All of his hits have been singles. The 0-2 pitch to the lefty. That'll bounce in front of his feet. A 1-2 count. Doc's hitting .290. They've got a team ERA of 5.22, and that's obviously a number they want to bring down. 27 strikeouts for the Doc's pitchers, 42 walks, and that's definitely a ratio they'd like to turn around this year as well. Hartstrom's 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, missing high and away. But it's kind of early in the season, and definitely it was a slow burn to start out the year for the Doc Stewarts, as they started out with that 0-5 record to get things going. They are 2-1 since. The 2-2 pitch, high and away. Full count now for Coleman. Fletcher, a second-team All-Southwest Conference selection during the spring season at Roseburg High School. He hit .301, playing in right field for the most part when he wasn't pitching. Did get some time in center field as well. Full count pitch. It's at the eyeballs for ball 4. Second walk in the game for Will Hartstrom. So far, that's the only way the Docs have gotten guys on base, but Fletcher Coleman's a guy that's always a danger to get that base on balls. He is definitely a disciplined hitter with a good eye at the plate. Danner Wirtz will come up. Danner, I believe, let me double check here. Yeah, he did have a base hit in yesterday's contest, was 1 for 3. He takes ball 1 as Hartstrom laboring a bit, trying to find the strike zone. The 1-0 pitch. Grounded foul. Hit hard there by Wirtz. Down the third base side. Just looking back here. These two teams met in the state tournament last year. The Doc Stewarts, they actually faced them twice at the end of the regular season and then ended up facing them in the postseason as well. Lost to them in the first round of the state tournament, 4-2. Right now a 2-0 lead for Hillsdale. As a pickoff throw to first base. Back in safely goes Fletcher Coleman. 2-1 count for Danner Wirtz. Danner in that game against Hillsdale back in the state tournament was 1 for 3 with an RBI single. He hits one back up the middle. It will get through. He's got the first hit of the game against Hartstrom. Boy, that's an interesting base hit there for Danner. That ball felt like it took forever to get through the middle of the infield, but it just narrowly found the gap between Spencer Ames and Peyton Nash up the middle and into center field for a base hit.
Next batter, number 5, designated
Fletcher Coleman makes his way to second base. Up to bat, Quinn Gaylor, the DH, squares to bunt with nobody out. He pulls the bat back as he takes the pitch low and outside, ball 1. Let's see, guys that played against Hillsdale in that state tournament game that are on the roster today. Logan Anderson is one, as Gaylor will square to bunt again. He did offer pickoff throw down to second base. Coleman was off the bag by a mile. The throw by Prentice was a little too long, and so back safely was Fletcher Coleman out at second. Tegan Sprague, Danner Wirtz, and Logan Anderson. Those are the three guys that were on the roster in that state playoff game against the Merchants last year. Caden Cruz, Cam Hammer. Those are the only two guys on the roster for the Merchants that are still out there for the Hillsdale Merchants in this battle here today. Now, I don't think they're at full strength. They've got some guys that are off at the All-Star Series too. As a bunt down the third base line. Well done out at first though for Gaylor. Just in the nick of time, Cam Hammer came in and made that play just in the nick of time to get Gaylor at first. A sac bunt moves two runners into scoring position. Game-tying run at second base. Beautiful bunt put down by Quinn Gaylor down the third base side, almost in the perfect spot. Mason Young will come up to bat. He chops one on the infield, bobbled by the pitcher. Everyone will be safe, and the Doc Stewart score a run. Infield single, RBI for Mason Young. Off the mound, tough play to be made for Will Hartstrom. And Young will get on safely. Up the third goes Wirtz. Coming in to score was Fletcher Coleman. And the Doc Stewarts cut the deficit in half. They trail 2-1. Easton Bachmeyer will stand in. They play in on the corner at third base. Cruz holding the runner on at first as Bachmeyer shows a bunt, takes a breaking ball low. Easton Bachmeyer out of Douglas High School. He's played in 6 games. He comes in. Batting average is below the Mendoza line. It is well below that. He's at .077. So he's looking to get some stuff going here as he's 1 for 13 on the year. Visit out to the mound for the coaching staff. Coach Phil Johnson out there to have a conversation with the team. Today's game brought to you by Roseburg Country Club, established in 1922, offering an 18-hole course with excellent year-round playability. You can find out more at roseburgcountryclub.com. They've got deals going on with memberships if you sign up this month. If you sign up, you can see the lovely faces of Carter and Kim out there hanging around. I think we're making it a routine to make sure we get Kim a shout-out during the broadcast.
Yeah, it is becoming a regular basis now at this point, absolutely.
Kim, Carter, and Jordan, the interns helping out with Douglas County Baseball Association this summer. You'll see them around the ballpark. And you guys are cooking up some fun stuff to do during games as well.
We are.
It's just the summer's been kind of a blur so far, and I don't know if you guys have gotten your feet underneath you yet.
It has been a lot, yeah. I was up at 2:30 moving carts out at the country club this morning and now calling the game. So it's long days, but we're doing the best we can for sure.
Easton Bachmeyer takes a pitch. It goes all the way to the backstop, and Danner Wirtz does not try to score. Up to second base will go Mason Young on the wild pitch. That ball hit the backstop, rolled up the netting, and I don't know if Danner just didn't get a good read on it or if he didn't feel comfortable trying to take home. I'm not saying he's slow, but he's not necessarily the quickest guy on the field, but maybe he just didn't feel comfortable. As a ground ball up the middle, that will tie the ball game up as Bachmeyer, an RBI ground out. We're tied at 2. Two away. Wirtz comes in to score. Up to third goes Mason Young. So the Doc Stewarts, it feels like the Merchants have been belting the ball around the field here today. A lot of hard hit balls to the outfield. The Doc Stewarts so far, they've had one ball leave the infield here in this second inning, and they've manufactured 2 runs. That'll be the second ball to leave the infield. It's a single by Reagan Soper, and the Doc Stewarts will take a lead. 3-2 as they score a trio here in the second. Reagan Soper, his second at-bat, he's seen a total of 2 pitches, but on the second pitch of the game that he has seen, he flares it to right field, and he drives in Mason Young, and it's a 3-2 lead. Doc Stewart's in front. Nice half inning here for the Doc Stewarts to put together a couple of runs. Tegan Sprague will bat. The second baseman grounded out to third. He will get one into left field, this time past the third baseman, Cam Hammer. I made a comment about Will Hartstrom was listed on the JV roster at Beaverton High School and maybe starting to show some of his inexperience at this level of play. He's definitely got the frame, looked good in the first inning, seems to have some quality stuff on the mound, but maybe a young guy starting to feel some nerves or starting to just leave some pitches in places you're not supposed to, things that come with experience on the mound. And he's getting hit just a bit here. 4 hits allowed in the second inning. That ball well struck by Logan Anderson, but it'll be playable for Fleming in left field. He makes the catch as the 8th hitter to the plate. Will commit the final out here in the second inning. Doc Stewarts will get 3 runs across on 4 hits. There were no errors for Hillsdale. And 2 runners left on base for the Doc Stewarts. They grab a 1-0 lead. Carter Stedman will have play-by-play coverage for you when we come back. This is Doc Stewarts Baseball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Champion Car Wash here, top of the third inning. The Docs lead at 3-2 after putting up 3 runs in the bottom of the second. On the mound for the Docs, it'll continue to be Ty Hellenthal, the UCC Riverhawk, playing in a non-league game for the Doc Stewarts today. And that first pitch in for a strike. He will be facing off against the top of the lineup for Hillsdale. It'll be Ramsey Prentice, the catcher, up at the plate, as Prentice falls behind early 0-1. Second pitch on the way from Hellenthal just outside for ball 1. It was Hillsdale getting out to a 2-0 start putting up 2 runs in the opening inning, taking a 2-0 lead over the Docs. The Docs responded then in the bottom of the second, putting up 3 runs. They now lead at 3-2. As Prentice fouls that one off down the left field line, and the count moves to 1-2. Hellenthal collects at the mound. And here comes the 1-2. Pitch just high out of the zone. Our sponsor for today's game, Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call 541-459-1545. The 2-2 from Hellenthal, high and outside for ball 3, and the count is now full. Prentice in his first at-bat, able to get on base and score the leadoff run for Hillsdale. Hillsdale's been extremely impressive, especially offensively in this tournament. According to our stats, I do believe they lead the tournament in runs this weekend. And they wasted no time getting in the column here tonight. The payoff pitch from Hellenthal. And strike 3, he rings him up. Ty Hellenthal gets the K, and Prentice will go down looking for the first out here in the 3rd inning. Hellenthal, a little bit of a rocky start to begin the game, but has since started to find his groove, and he's able to get a K here in the top of the 3rd.
The next batter, number 2, Cam Hammer.
That'll bring up Cam Hammer, who flew out in his first inning, and his first at-bat, rather, in the first inning. And he will face off against Hellenthal for the 2nd time. And he takes the first pitch in for a ball. Looking at this Docs roster, it's a young team. Hellenthal, one of the few guys playing at the collegiate level this year. Usually in summer ball, used to seeing a lot of guys in class of 25 and 26. You look at this Docs roster, you see a lot of 27s, 28s, a few 29s as well, which means they were freshmen this year. Crazy to think about the youth of this Docs team. Going to be fun to watch for years to come, as that pitch is in for a strike from Hellenthal. The 1-1 on the way. Breaking ball swung on and fouled back. Count will move to 1-2 to Cam Hammer.
Talk about guys back from college years. Cam Hammer's a returning guy. He's part of that class of 2025 for the Hillsdale Merchants. He was at Willamette University, played in 29 games last year, hit .244.
Hammer continuing battling here with the 1-2. Able to lay off that pitch. Looked like it might have caught the zone. It will be called a ball, and the count will move to 2-2 as Hellenthal and Hammer continue to battle here. Hellenthal breathes, fires. That pitch swung on down the third base line. It's going to get past the third baseman. And here comes Hammer around second. He will get in with ease as Easton Bachmeyer gets it back into the infield. And that'll be the 3rd hit of the game for the Hillsdale Merchants. And Cam Hammer with his first hit of the game. It'll be 1 on, 1 out, and a man in scoring position now for the Merchants. And that'll bring up Spencer Ames with a chance to bring in an RBI. Ames in his first at-bat had a triple that brought in the first run of the game. Ames also scored himself for the 2nd run of this contest for the Merchants. So Ames looking for another chance to have another RBI tonight and potentially make his way home as well. He'll step out and collect before stepping back into the box. And Hellenthal, the righty, Ames, the lefty. And 1 out, man on second. Docs lead it here 3-2 in the top of the 3rd. First pitch outside for ball 1. And looking at Spencer Ames this season, class of 2026, the senior from Central Catholic, honorable mention All-League, playing in the infield for Central Catholic, another strong powerhouse baseball school up there in the Portland metro area, as he watches another pitch go by for ball 2. And here at Bill Gray Stadium, the shade starting to work its way from the third baseline into center field just a little bit. The tree line off to the left side of the stadium here, starting to make its presence felt in the outfield. The 2-0 finds the zone for strike 1. As Hellenthal looks to work his way back in this at-bat.
No, that's down in Medford. I was looking at the weather here and thinking 81, that feels a little warm for Roseburg. I didn't think it was quite that hot, but maybe we got there at some point today.
The 2-1, swung on high ball towards left field. Going to be a tough play. Bachmeyer going towards, it's going to fall. They're going to hold the runners up at third and second. So it'll now be 2 runners in scoring position for Hillsdale. It was Bachmeyer, and I believe that was shortstop Reagan Soper going at that ball. Bachmeyer and Soper unable to come up with it. Soper typically has been at second base for the Doc Stewarts this season, but with starting shortstop Paxton Burke out today, it is the Kiwi over there at shortstop. And it is now 2 runners in scoring position for Hillsdale.
Tough play to be made there. That was a very in-between ball.
That'll bring up Caden Cruz with a big opportunity. He'll take 4 strike 1.
It was a bloop out there towards left field. Long run for Bachmeyer, who had the better angle on it, but shorter run for Soper, who had the tough angle on it. A play that we've seen Paxton Burke make a lot of times, but it's just a tough play to be made going out from the infield.
That pitch outside for ball 2. Caden Cruz in his first at-bat had a sac fly out to left field. That ended up scoring a run. Cruz able to bring in Spencer Ames. He looks to do so here again, as it is Ames on third and, Hammer on third, Ames on second. With 1 out and 2 on here, that ball belted out towards center field. Going back is Christian Corba. That ball's going to get down. 2 are going to score with ease. Corba fires it back in. Cruz heading towards second. He's in safe, and 2 runs on the board for Hillsdale. They retake the lead here 4-3 in the top of the third. And it is Caden Cruz bringing in 2 runs. That makes it 3 runs batted in for Caden Cruz in today's contest. And it is 4-3 Hillsdale.
That's the 3rd straight double here in this 3rd inning for Hillsdale. The last one was that bloop one to left field that, because it was a possible catch, they couldn't send Hammer to score, so he only ended up getting 1 base. But now 3 straight doubles and 2 runs coming in for the Hillsdale Merchants.
That'll bring up Jackson Poole, the center fielder, batting 5th in today's contest. And that ball hit down the first base line. It'll be Danner Wirtz able to take care of business. Caden Cruz will advance to third on the play, so the runner does advance. The Docs get the out, and it is now 1 on with 2 away as the Docs try to wrap things up here in the top of the third. They led it 3-2 coming into the 3rd inning. They now trail 4-3. The Docs putting up 3 runs in their last appearance at the plate. Hellenthal looks to regain his rhythm back on the mound. He'll fire that pitch in the dirt and low for ball 1. It is now Carson Fleming at the plate, the left fielder. Fleming looking at his high school season, his college season rather. Class of 2025, went to Sherwood High School, played his college ball this year at College of the Redwoods, as that ball is going to get down into center field. A run will come in from third, and Hillsdale extends their lead to 2 as it's now 5-3. And Carson Fleming brings in an RBI from third base. As we're mentioning, Fleming at the College of the Redwoods played in 30 games, had a batting average of .250, 9 runs batted in, was able to reach base on balls 8 times, and struck out 25 times on the season. So it'll be Fleming who gets the RBI. It'll be Toussaint Copter coming to the plate. He was able to get on base in his first at-bat, and he'll look to continue this hot streak here in the top of the third for Hillsdale. As Copter takes the first pitch for ball 1.
Had a single to center field his first time up.
Pitch, runner goes. Throw, will it be in time? It's going to get past both middle infielders. Fleming's going to pump fake towards third. He'll stay at second, and that'll be another runner in scoring position for Hillsdale. And the way they've been hitting in this 3rd inning, another chance for the Merchants to add to their 5-3 lead here in the top of the 3rd from Bill Gray Stadium.
Not a bad throw from behind the plate of Mason Young. He got it out quickly, just a bit off target, and neither middle infielder in the position. You had the second baseman covering. He's moving towards shortstop. The throw was back to the second base side, so he couldn't get back across to it.
That pitch high and out of the zone for ball 2. Count will now be 2-1, 2 outs, runner on second. Hillsdale leads it 5-3 here in the top of the third. Looking at the middle infield, a little bit different than what we've seen the past couple days from the Docs. It's been Reagan Soper at second and Paxton Burke at shortstop, as I mentioned earlier. Paxton Burke playing in the 5A, 6A All-Star Tournament up in Corvallis. So Burke is going to miss the game both tonight and tomorrow. They move Soper over to short, and it is Tegan Sprague over at second base. Sprague, the infielder and pitcher, he was on the mound through 4 shutout innings, and gave up a couple runs in the 5th last night. As Hellenthal is able to find the zone, 3-2 count, 2 outs, runner on second to Toussaint Copteur. And here comes the payoff pitch from Hellenthal. He delivers, and that one's going to be out of the zone. Hellenthal walks another batter. It'll now be 2 on and 2 out, and that'll bring up Peyton Nash. Batting 8th in today's lineup, Nash, the second baseman, grounded out in his first at-bat of the day. Looking at Nash, another graduate of Sherwood High School. He redshirted at Shasta College this year, getting some summer experience here with the hometown Hillsdale Merchants. So a lot of these players trying to get some experience in the summer, especially the freshmen that maybe didn't get to play. Runner will go towards third. No throw from Mason Young. And it'll now be runners on the corners for Hillsdale. And that was Carson Fleming going from second to third. So now Fleming makes his way onto the corner 90 feet from home. And it is now Fleming on third and Copteur on first. Docs trying to get out of the jam. They'll have a play at first or second with the ground ball. And the 1-0 on the way from Hellenthal. That pitch catches the inside part of the zone for strike 1. Hellenthal been a little bit up and down so far. Gave up 2 runs in the first inning. Was able to get away clean in the second. Has given up 3 runs so far here in the top of the third with another running in scoring position as we speak. Hellenthal breathes and collects that pitch outside part of the zone. And it'll now be 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike to Peyton Nash. Nash trying to bring in another run in what has started to be an explosive third inning for the Hillsdale Merchants. That ball hit towards third base. Going to be a long throw. Will it be there in time? It will. The Docs able to get out of the inning with a nice play there from third baseman Logan Anderson. Not before some damage done, though, by the Hillsdale Merchants. They lead at 5-3. We'll take a quick step aside as we head to the bottom of the third. Hillsdale 5, Doc Stewart's 3.
Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Everest, K2, and now the Mountain by Mountain Mike's Pizza. The biggest pizza this side of the Rockies. The mountain-sized pizza is a massive 20 inches wide, delivering 20 slices and a mountain of toppings. Made with the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. It's time to go big. Order yours now by using our mobile app.
Heading to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Today's game brought to you by Flyway Travel. Contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyway Travel. Make sure you have an agent in your corner. Call 541-672-5701. Carter Stedman continues with the play-by-play.
Thanks, Joey. Here in the bottom of the 3rd, the Doc Stewarts trail it 3-5 against the Hillsdale Merchants. Hillsdale, yesterday, according to my calculations, outscoring their opponents 22-4. They played a doubleheader, outscored their opponents by 18 runs. For those listening at home, that's a lot. So the Hillsdale Merchants, not a stranger to scoring runs. And here we go from the bottom of 3 at Bill Gray Stadium. Up to bat, it will be Christian Corba in his first at-bat. Flew out to center field and looking to get a leadoff hit here. He takes the first pitch for strike 1. It'll continue to be Hartstrom on the mound for Hillsdale. That pitch hit towards second base. It's going to get through, and it will be a leadoff single for Christian Korba. And the Docs look to regain some offensive momentum. They scored 3 runs in the bottom of the second and then let up 3 runs in the top of the third. So the Docs looking to regain the lead. It'll be the southpaw Fletcher Coleman. Fletcher, one of the leaders on this young Docs team, an incoming senior at Roseburg High School. His older brother James also played baseball here in Roseburg, part of a couple really, really good Roseburg teams in the past couple years.
Okay, now that's weird because I never put that connection together. James Coleman and Fletcher, yeah. Huh. All right, well, that's you opened a whole new door for me there. Yeah, all right.
There you go. Fletcher takes the first pitch for strike 1. And he'll take the second pitch for strike 2. Joe, you mentioned Fletcher, not an easy out this year. Finds a way to get on base, gets walked a lot. We saw him in his first at-bat, I do believe. Was able to reach base on balls. He trailed in that count 0-2. Able to work his way back as that ball's pelted out towards right field. Will it get down? It's out of the park. Fair or foul is the question. It'll be foul. Fletcher ripped that ball out to right field. It is not very often here at Champion Car Wash Field you see a ball get over the fence without taking a bounce off the turf. That one pelted just right of the foul pole.
Yeah, it was maybe foul by 15 feet. That one was out of here if it was fair.
Fletcher continues to battle, takes the ball, runner goes. Korba will be in at second. And Christian Korba showing off the speed there, able to get into scoring position, helping out his hitters there. Count now 1-2. Fletcher Coleman as the shade continues to expand from the third baseline, and we have officially reached the evening time here in Roseburg. Always a fun time of the year during the summer. Fletcher able to lay off the breaking ball in for ball 2. As I mentioned in his first at-bat, Fletcher trailed 0-2 in the count, able to work a walk. He trailed 0-2 again in this one. Let's see what he has up his sleeve here against Hartstrom. That pitch way outside. Korba will advance easily to third. Throw not in time, and that will be a pass ball, or I guess potentially a wild pitch as well. And it'll now be Korba at third. No outs here for the Docs. Full count again for Fletcher Coleman. Trying to stand tough in the box. Coleman, the lefty. Hartstrom, the righty. The payoff pitch. Coleman works another walk. Impressive stuff. Just a few pitches ago, we thought he might have had a home run. He still finds his way on base regardless. That'll bring up Danner Wirtz to the plate. Danner, his first at-bat, had a single. He also scored in the bottom of the second inning. Danner looking to keep the offensive power going. He's got runners on the corners with no outs. It's Korba on third, Coleman on first. That ball popped up behind home plate and out of play and slams off of the bleachers over there outside of the pavilion that looks over the center part of the grandstands here at Bill Gray Stadium. The 0-1 hit towards third. Korba's going to go home. Play at the plate. Korba will be tagged out. Runners advance. So heads up play there by Hillsdale getting the play at home. It'll now be Danner at first, and it'll be Fletcher Coleman at second. And Quinn Gaylor, the DH, will step up. Gaylor in his first at-bat had a sacrifice hit that scored a run. It was a ground out to the third baseman. And he'll step back in, another lefty in this batting lineup for Roseburg. And Gaylor shows bunt, and it'll be strike 1. Oh, excuse me, had a sac bunt in the second inning. As it's been a little bit of a small ball lineup here for the Docs. Pitch from Gaylor fouled off out of play, and he quickly falls behind 0-2. It's been two completely different offenses for both team. Hillsdale, they've been ripping balls into the outfield all evening long. As for the Docs, despite recent runs that they've scored, it's been walks and bunts kind of working their way around, stolen bases, getting in scoring position has been the moral of the story for the Docs offense tonight.
A stolen base by Christian Korba earlier this inning. That was his team leading 6th stolen base. He was tied with Anderson and Burke for the team lead with 5 each.
The 0-2 swung on and fouled. Gaylor will continue to battle. Runner did go. That was Fletcher Coleman trying to get from second to third. And he will return to second base after the foul ball.
Docs had their chance to try and get back in this one after taking a 3-2 lead. Down by 2 now, but Christian Corba thrown out at home for the first out.
2 on, 1 out to Quinn Gaylor, who's behind 0-2 in the count. Hillstrom checks the second and fires. Runner goes again, and another foul ball.
Poor Fletcher Coleman.
Just trying to get to third. Just trying to get to third base.
He's going to be feeling like you in the fall national championships, finishing what was it? Fourth. Yeah.
I appreciate
national
sliding that in there. Yes.
Yeah, he's going to feel like he's just run a cross country meet out there, going from second to third as many times as he has. And now they call time, and he's got to trot over to third base again to go have a conversation with Coach Justin Bennett. Yep. You were All-American twice this year. I think people should know that.
I was. I appreciate it, Joey.
Yeah.
Down at Southern Oregon. Shout out to the Raiders. Sco Durs, as they say down there. I don't feel great about that. I don't love that, for the record. Go Raiders seems to be fine.
Yeah,
but that's
probably
not what it is.
It's probably trying to play a little on that Sco Ducks thing that has probably rubbed you a little.
Yeah, I don't
there.
like that.
Yeah,
I don't like that. For our listeners out there, big UW guy here in the booth. And,
big Oregon Duck guy over here in the booth.
Yeah.
So, I get that.
So after the visit to the mound from the Hillsdale coaching staff, we'll get back to business. Fletcher Coleman will go back to second base for probably the third or fourth time in Quinn Gaylor's at-bat. Gaylor behind in the count 0-2. There's 1 out and 2 on. It's Danner Wirtz on first, Fletcher Coleman on second. Docs trying to tie it up here in the bottom of the third. They trail at 5-3. Holstrom looking over at second. He'll fire to Gaylor. That pitch, breaking ball outside for ball 1.
Borderline pitch there, just off the corner for Hartstrom, and that one did not miss by much. Good take and a tough one there by Gaylor.
Quinn Gaylor, the Sutherland product, class of 2029, fouls another pitch back. As Gaylor doing a good job battling here against Holstrom. 2 youngins going at it, as Holstrom was listed on the JV roster for his high school team this year. Quinn Gaylor, class of 2029, his first year playing for the Stewies out of Sutherland. The southpaw DHing tonight. We've also seen him in the outfield a couple times. That ball is going to get by. Fletcher Coleman will finally at last get to third. Danner will move up to second as well. So Wirtz to second, Coleman to third. And it's now 2 runners in scoring position, and the count moves to 2-2 for Quinn Gaylor.
Another wild pitch. He's been short on a few pitches. They bounce in front of the plate and have been able to get by. And then he's thrown at least one to the backstop so far for Hartstrom. And the youngster definitely laboring a bit here in the third.
Tend to expect that with these young, inexperienced pitchers here, kind of playing up in competition a little bit. Finally gets the strikeout, does Holstrom. Gaylor will go down looking on strikes. And it's now 2 outs for the Docs with 2 runners in scoring position.
First strikeout on the night for Hartstrom, and it's a big one with runners in scoring position.
And that'll bring up catcher Mason Young. Young behind the plate tonight, and he steps into the box. First pitch gets by again. Coleman's going to come in from third. Fletcher slides in safely. Ball goes by the pitcher. It'll roll over to third base, so Wirtz will stay at third. Coleman will come in, and the Docs cutting into the deficit a little bit. They make it 5-4 here with 2 outs and a runner on third in the bottom of the third inning. And it has been quite the long inning, Joey. We've seen some long at-bats. Started with Fletcher Coleman. Thought we might have had a home run on our hands. It was foul by just a few feet. Fletcher able to work a walk and bring in a run for the Stewies. They trail at 5-4 as Young takes a swing through the ball for strike 1. And the count moves to 1-1. Young behind the plate. We've seen Amos Bowers at the catcher position a couple times. It'll be Young strike. Another ball goes by. Danner's going to take off. No play at the plate. Danner will slide anyways. And we got a tie ball game, folks. 5-5 here in the bottom of the third. And the Docs able to put up 2 runs here so far in the bottom of 3. They tie this one back up at 5 apiece. And Will Hartstrom, we've started to see, he's had a couple wild pitches. I believe 2 so far. It's been a couple pass balls as well.
I think he's had 3 here in this inning alone.
That pitch swung on and missed once again from Young.
I think he's had 4 in the game here tonight, going back to the second inning, and a wild pitch that helped the Docs out there as well.
Deuces across the board to Young. He finally belts that one over to short, and it's caught. Heads up play by Spencer Ames, right in position for that one. So that will do it for the third inning. The Docs able to put up 2 runs and tie it up at 5. Don't go anywhere. We got a tie ball game heading to the 4th here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Everest, K2, and now the Mountain by Mountain Mike's Pizza. The biggest pizza this side of the Rockies. The mountain-sized pizza is a massive 20 inches wide, delivering 20 slices and a mountain of toppings. Made with the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. It's time to go big. Order yours now by using our mobile app.
Doc Stewart's make a pitching change as we go to the 4th inning. Tonight's game brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. And also by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Ty Hellenthal done on the mound. The new man is going to be Grayson Coate.
Yeah, Coate, the Roseburg product, class of 2028. We saw him the other night in the Docs' first win of the season. The Docs took the win. And trying to remember who that was against. There's been so much baseball the last couple days.
That's true. It was against Fairfield just the other day. And Grayson, he's thrown 6 2/3 innings this year. He's making his 5th appearance. He's not started a game. He's got a 1-0 record and a 6.30 ERA.
So Coate, the incoming junior, will fire up out of the zone for ball 1.
Up to bat for Hillsdale is Calvin Cowing.
And it'll be Calvin Cowing at the plate. It'll be Cowing, Prentice, and Hammer. And that pitch ripped over to third base, able to make the play is Logan Anderson, the UVC product over there at third with the diving effort. Heads up play by Anderson. He's able to get the first out here in the top of 4. So Cowing will be retired with a line out over to third, and we will return to the top of the order for the Hillsdale Merchants. It'll be Ramsey Prentice at the plate. First pitch fouled off back behind home plate. Prentice 1 for 2 on the day. He was able to reach base in his first at-bat. His second at-bat, he was struck out looking. So looking to move to 2 and 3 on the day is Ramsey Prentice. And he'll fall behind early in this count once again, 0 and 2. And Grayson Coate able to find a rhythm early on here.
Looking at the line for Ty Hellenthal, and his spot start for the Docs allows 5 runs on 6 hits over 3 innings with 2 walks and 1 strikeout.
The 0-2 on the way, and that pitch fouled out of play.
6 hits allowed. 3 of them were, actually make that 4 of those hits were for extra bases. A triple by Spencer Ames, who also had a double, and there were 3 doubles in that 3rd inning. Hammer, Ames, and Cruz all with 2 baggers.
The 0-2 from Coate on the way outside of the zone, trying to get Prentice to chase. And Prentice able to lay off the outside pitch there. The count moves to 1 and 2. 1 away here in the top of the 4th. Grayson Coate on the mound for the Docs. Coate from the windup will deliver. That pitch hit back up towards the middle. And over to take care of business will be Tegan Sprague. Fires it over in time, and it's 2 away here for the Docs in the top of the 4th. So 2 quick outs for Grayson Coate and company. Coate in that wind over Fairfield came in for relief duties just like he's doing right now and was able to take care of the Expos rather easily for the Docs' first win of the season. And it'll be Cam Hammer now up to the plate. Hammer a double in his last at-bat. He belts another one out to left field. Going back is Easton Bachmeyer. Bachmeyer able to make the catch in shaded left field. And that is about as quick as a half inning as you can get. We got a tie ball game, folks, headed to the bottom of the fourth. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Doc Stewart's Baseball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its third generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Everest, K2, and now the Mountain by Mountain Mike's Pizza. The biggest pizza this side of the Rockies. The mountain-sized pizza is a massive 20 inches wide, delivering 20 slices and a mountain of toppings. Made with the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. It's time to go big. Order yours now by using our mobile app.
Back here for the fifth inning, Mountain Mike's Pizza at the corner of Bellows and Harvard in Roseburg. Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be. One of our many sponsors, helping make coverage of Doc Stewart's Baseball here on the Score possible this summer. Appreciate them and all of them, including our pregame show sponsor, Roseburg Disposal, and our starting lineup sponsor, Southern Septic Service. Tie ball game as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. More of Carter Stedman with our play-by-play here tonight.
Thanks, Joey. It'll be Easton Bachmeyer getting the party started here in the bottom of the fourth. Due up for the Docs. It'll be Bachmeyer at the bottom of the batting lineup, and then we'll return to the top with Reagan Soper and Tegan Sprague. Due up for the Stewies. Bachmeyer, his last at-bat, able to bring in a run. It was a sac RBI, a ground out too short. Was able to bring in a run for the Docs. And first pitch up out of the zone for ball one. It will continue to be Will Hartstrom on the mound for the Hillsdale Merchants. Hartstrom, a very impressive first inning as that ball is hit foul down the third base line. Count moves to 1-1. Hartstrom had a shutout first inning, and the Merchants led it 2-0 after the first. Since then, he's given up 5 runs in the last 2 showings. It was 3 runs in the second, 2 runs in the third, and that is how we got to 5 apiece here. And the last game of the third day of the DCBA Father's Day Weekend Tournament, as that ball's hit into the outfield. Will it get down? It will not. Able to make the play out in center field, Jackson Poole. Poole able to get to that ball in time, and it'll be 1 away for Will Hartstrom. And we will return to the top of the order. It'll be Reagan Soper. Soper on the day flew out in the infield in his first at-bat of the day. His second at-bat able to move to second on a single. And it'll be Soper back up for his third at-bat of the day. And he lays off the first pitch for ball one.
Jackson Poole out there in center field. Have not said his name a lot. He's a returning guy for this Hillsdale team, but not a lot of balls his direction here today.
Hartstrom delivers. That ball hit out towards center field once again. And able to make the play will be right fielder Calvin Cowing. So it'll be 2 quick outs for Hillsdale in what has been a pretty efficient fourth inning for both teams. It was 3 up, 3 down in the top of 4. And we are very quickly have 2 away here in the bottom of the fourth.
Thought maybe I had done it in there, that not mention Jackson Poole's name a lot, and then suddenly every ball is going to be hit to him. That one just kept tailing to right field, though.
The classic announcer jinx. It is Tegan Sprague at the plate. He'll take for strike 1. Fastball down the middle finds the zone.
I've been mentioning the shadows. They're starting to cover up a good majority of the field. 74 degrees as we're heading to the twilight hour.
Hartstrom from the stretch. That pitch outside. Count moves to 1-1. Could be a tough play for the people over in right field and at first base. That sun coming in here at Champion Car Wash Field from left to right. So any throws to first base, any balls hit to right field could be tough. As that pitch inside for ball 2. Now a 2-1 count to Tegan Sprague. Sprague grounded out in his first at-bat, was able to get a hit in his second at-bat in the second inning, and he returns to the plate here in the fourth. Hartstrom delivers. That ball hit towards short. Going to be a tough play. Shortstop drops the ball. That was Spencer Ames, unable to come up with that one cleanly, and it will be Tegan Sprague advancing to first base as the Docs trying to find a little magic here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning.
First error of the ball game for either side, dropped there by Ames at short. It was a backhand play, and it looked like he had plenty of time. No need to rush it or anything. Just did not glove it cleanly. Popped out. Then he started to rush and could not get a handle on the baseball.
It'll be Logan Anderson at the plate. Anderson hitting third in today's lineup, and he'll take the first pitch for ball 1. Anderson spent his freshman year of college at Southwestern Oregon Community College, class of 2025. This is his 4th year playing for the Docs. You look at this roster, most guys in their 1st or 2nd year. That is not the case for Logan Anderson. This is his 4th year playing for the Docs Stewarts. He does a little bit of everything for this team. We've seen him do it, make plays with his glove, make plays with his bat, and one of the elder statesmen on this Docs Stewarts team here in 2026 as Hartstrom tries to pick off Sprague over there at first. And we will return back to business here between Hartstrom and Logan Anderson. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on first. Game knotted up at 5. That pitch looked like it hit something. Not sure if it was the catcher's helmet. And able to advance to second will be, not Logan Anderson, Tegan Sprague. So a runner in scoring position now for the Docs. And the count moves to 3 balls, no strikes.
Pass ball there. That one, I think, just popped out of the glove for the catcher, Ramsey Prentice. And the loose ball allows Sprague to take an extra 90 feet.
3-0 on the way outside, and it'll be another walk for Will Hartstrom. Logan Anderson makes his way down to first base, and all of a sudden with 2 outs, the Docs able to put 2 guys on base.
You know, I talked with Logan Anderson for one of our player interviews that we will have coming up for you tomorrow before the game in the pregame. We talked with Reagan Soper and had that interview leading into our game here tonight. And talked with Logan, though, today, and we'll have that again coming up tomorrow. He told me he was kind of surprised. Normally, he's a guy that will take a lot of pitches, try to get on base with a walk if he can. He said he hadn't had a walk all season. He's batting third in the lineup, not usually a spot where you look to get a walk. You'll take one, but you don't look to get a walk. You're looking to try and drive guys in as long as they're on base. Well, wouldn't you know it, he tells me that before. He's now picked up his first 2 walks of the season here today. He's been on base twice via the base on balls.
Good stuff from Anderson at the plate. We have another brief meeting at the mound from the Hillsdale coaching staff. It'll be the cleanup hitter, Christian Corba, up at the plate. Corba playing center field today. He got a hit in the 3rd inning. He is 1 for 2 on the day. And he'll have another chance to bring in a run with a base hit. As it is Tegan Sprague on second, Logan Anderson on first, and Christian Corba at the plate here with 2 outs. That ball hit down the third base line, and it will be foul for strike 1. So I think that's been now 3 meetings on the mound for Hillsdale. You start to wonder how long they're going to start to rely on their young pitcher, Hartstrom. Check swing from Corba. And they're going to say he held off. It'll be 1 ball, 1 strike.
Not a lot of guys here. I mentioned a couple of guys away from the team with the All-Star Series up in Corvallis this weekend, so not sure how deep their bullpen might go for Hillsdale tonight, but I'm sure they've got somebody ready to go when needed as a pitch low.
Count moves at 2-1 here for Christian Corba. Corba, another youngster on this team, wouldn't be able to tell by his frame as he rips one out to center field. That's going to get down. Here comes Sprague around third. Sprague will score. Runner advances to third, and the Docs Stewarts back on top as they lead it 6-5 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Christian Corba coming up big with 2 outs for the Docs. All runners on base, including the run just batted in. It's all been with 2 outs here. There was 2 outs, nobody on. Starting to look like it was going to be a quick inning for both squads, and just like that, 3 hits and a run for the Docs Stewarts.
That ball was laced by Corba. Hard swing there out to center field.
That'll bring up Fletcher Coleman to the plate as he pumps one out into center field. That ball should be taken care of, and it is by Jackson Poole. So that'll do it in a very eventful bottom of the 4th inning. The Docs able to bring in a run with 2 outs. They lead it 6-5 as we enter the 5th inning. You're watching Doc Stewart's Baseball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its third generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Everest, K2, and now the Mountain by Mountain Mike's Pizza. The biggest pizza this side of the Rockies. The mountain-sized pizza is a massive 20 inches wide, delivering 20 slices and a mountain of toppings. Made with the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. It's time to go big. Order yours now by using our mobile app.
Tonight's game sponsored by Waldron's Outdoor Sports, your locally owned hunting, fishing, and outdoor sports headquarters. Check out their new location on Northeast Stevens. It's the Father's Day Tournament brought to you by Freedom Solutions. Freedom Security Solutions, I should say. Appreciate their sponsorship of the tournament here in Roseburg this weekend. Carter Stedman back with the play-by-play.
It'll be Grayson Coate. Breaking ball finds the zone for strike one. Coate coming in for relieving duties to start the game. It was Ty Hellenthal, the UVC product and pitcher for UCC this year. And that ball is hit hard out into right center. Going back to make the play is Fletcher Coleman. And Coleman able to come up with that one for the first out here in the top of 5.
Spencer Ames, he had not been out yet. He had been a tough guy to get. Already 1 RBI and 2 runs scored because he has a triple and a double on the day. First time the Docs will get him. Nice way to start off the 5th.
It'll be the cleanup hitter Caden Cruz making his way to the plate for his 3rd appearance of the day. Cruz not going to have any runs to bring in here in this at-bat, but a chance to get on base and provide another offensive spark here for the Merchants. First pitch from Coate finds the zone for strike one.
Don't be so sure about the no runs to drive in. If it clears the fence, he'll get an RBI.
Very true.
I've made that mistake myself.
That one popped up and out of play behind the stand. So the count will move to 1-1. And Grayson Coate, or excuse me, the count moves to 0-2 now. First pitch was a strike. I had it recorded as a ball. So an 0-2 count. Grayson Coate looking to get another quick out here. That one hit into left. Will it get down? It will not. Easton Bachmeyer able to make the play. And it is very quickly 2 away here for Hillsdale. And ever since Grayson Coate entered the game there in the top of the 4th inning, Hillsdale unable to get anyone on base. Coate was able to retire the side there in the top of 4, and he's put 2 away here very efficiently so far here in the 5th inning. So Coate will now face Jackson Poole, the center fielder, and he'll fire a pitch outside the zone for ball 1.
Jackson Poole 0 for 2 on the day. Last time up, grounded out to first baseman Danner Wirtz.
Poole, the center fielder, Joey mentioned it, hadn't seen his name a lot. That pitch hit hard and foul.
I think the reason why I feel like I didn't even notice he was in the lineup is that I think he's been aggressive in the early counts, and he has quickly committed 2 outs, so he hasn't really been on base, and he's been quick at the plate.
It's been a fast-paced game for sure. That hasn't been the case for all these games today, as that one's fouled back behind home plate once again. The count moves to 1-2.
Well, it won't be a fast game now that you said that.
I know.
So
as soon as I said that, I knew the announcer jinx was coming in. That has been a common theme in this weekend's tournament. We've seen some very explosive offenses throughout the weekend, not just from the teams playing right now, but from another of other squads, including Corvallis, who picked up their 3rd win of the tournament today. The Corvallis crew coming down to Roseburg, and they will host a tournament here in the upcoming future. The 2-2 from Coate, and will it be strike 3? No. The count will be full. The crowd wanted that to be a punch-out. Coate looked like he tried to get Poole to chase the breaking ball. Poole able to lay off, and the count is now full here with 2 outs. That pitch swung on over, and it's going to get through the glove of, that would be Sprague over there at second, unable to come up with the play, and it'll be a runner on here for Hillsdale in the top of the fifth inning.
Boy, that one looked like off the bat I thought that Sprague had a chance, but it was just out of his reach. And that previous pitch just off the outside corner. Wasn't just the crowd that wanted strike three. Mason Young was headed to the dugout. Grayson Coate thought he was going to get the call. Neither happens, and that's the first hit against Grayson Coate.
And that'll bring up Carson Fleming to the plate. First pitch outside the zone for ball one on a sunny blue skies and no clouds here in the Umpqua Valley. This is one of the best times of the year for baseball. The heat not too harsh yet. It's been, mid to high 70s, low 80s throughout the course of the day.
Today, yeah, and one of the cooler days. We warm back up to mid-80s tomorrow. But, yeah, it's been beautiful conditions for the tournament here this weekend, and I would imagine fans in town for the tournament have been having a good time.
Fleming takes a second pitch from Coate for strike one, and the count is now even at one. That pitch hit towards third and foul for strike two. So very quickly, Carson Fleming will fall behind in the count 1-2. 2 outs, 1 on. Jackson Poole at first. Poole was the first hit that Grayson Coate has given up today. Coate has recorded 1 2/3 innings so far, just 1 hit allowed. And trying to make quick work once again here of the Hillsdale batting lineup. That pitch swung on a miss, but it gets past Young. And there's going to be a throw at first, but Fleming will advance easily on the drop third strike. So runners now on first and second. Coate would, I do believe, get the strikeout there. But there will be runners on first and second. We'll keep playing here in the top of the fifth.
Yeah, he gets credit for the strikeout. It'll be his first in the game, but the pass ball at the plate allows the hitter to get to first and allows the runner at first to move to second base. And, boy, he has been so close to getting the final out here in this fifth inning and keep the Docs ahead by 1. But, man, he's just not been able to get over the hump.
It'll be the DH batting seventh in the lineup for Hillsdale, Toussaint Couture. He has a single on the day and was able to work a walk in the third inning. And he now has a runner in scoring position along with a man on first. And he fouls that one off and falls behind. No balls, 2 strikes to Grayson Coate, the reliever for the Docs today. The Stewies lead at 6-5. They were shut out in the first inning. They scored 3 runs in the second, 2 in the third, and 1 in the fourth. So that would be 6 runs total for the Doc Stewarts. And for Hillsdale, they scored 2 in the first and 3 in the third for their total of 5 runs. That pitch swung on and missed. It's going to be a K for Grayson Coate, his second. This time no one's advancing the first base, and that is going to do it for the top of the fifth. Grayson Coate getting busy on the mound, and we will enter the bottom of the fifth inning as the Doc Stewarts look to extend on their 1-run lead, and we will take a brief step aside. You're watching Doc Stewart's Baseball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
At Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Tight one here, a 1-run lead for the Doc Stewarts. Tonight's game brought to you by Dr. Alanson Randall. Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Call 541-378-6694 or visit drrandall.com. Carter Stedman continues with your play-by-play.
Appreciate it, Joey. Here in the bottom of the fifth, Champion Car Wash Field, the Doc Stewarts with a 6-5 lead over the Hillsdale Merchants. It'll be Danner Wirtz at the plate. Danner 2 for 2 on the day and looking for his 3rd consecutive hit.
1 for 2. He actually reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd, trying to read somebody else's scorekeeping book.
You're right, little tough.
It's trying to learn a foreign language sometimes. So But
especially for a guy who didn't play baseball. So,
well, and this was my specialty when I did play. I was in the dugout keeping score, not on the field. So
it'll be 6, 7, 8 up for the Docs. It'll be Wirtz, Gaylor, and Young. And Danner Wirtz trying to get the party started. The Docs have scored runs in 3 of their 4 innings.
Fouled that one off for the second strike in the at-bat. Yeah, he has been good and on base, and good to see for Danner. Need to see his bat be more consistent in the lineup.
It'll continue to be Hartstrom on the mound. The 1-2 fouled off towards the Docs dugout. And Will Hartstrom, the youngin', he played on his JV team up in the Corvallis area. Beaverton, excuse me. And he has recorded 4 wild pitches on the day, so a little bit of inconsistency from the young pitcher, but that is to be expected, especially with the varying competition that he's facing today. Danner able to lay off the breaking ball for ball 2. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. And Danner Wirtz trying to get things started offensively for the Docs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That pitch popped up high in the air. The right fielder and second baseman going for it, and able to make the catch is Calvin Cowing. So 1 away for the Doc Stewarts, and that will bring up Quinn Gaylor, the DH out of Sutherland. Gaylor, another young player, as are many of these young guys here for the Docs. Gaylor coming out of Sutherland High School, class of 2029, just finished his first year of high school. And I knew Quinn when he was probably 2nd or 3rd grade, so a little bit of an aging moment here for me. And Quinn takes the first pitch for ball 1.
Well, just wait till they start getting old enough and start having kids and owning businesses. And, yeah, it's makes you feel old real quick.
Yeah, I've attended a few buddies' weddings this summer, and that will definitely do the trick as well, as Gaylor pops one up towards shallow left center. And able to make the catch out there is Carson Fleming. So 2 quick outs for Will Hartstrom, getting some help from his outfield here in the 5th. And that will now bring up the catcher, Mason Young, for his third at-bat of the day. In his last at-bat, he lined out to shortstop and was able to reach first base on a wild pitch, scored on a wild pitch, was able to reach first base with a hit. So Young 1 for 2 on the day, looking for a second hit. And that pitch hit towards third base. Will it get through? It will not. And able to make the play over there is first baseman Peyton Nash. So 3 up, 3 down for the Docs. Another quick inning here at Champion Car Wash Field. When we return from the break, I'll send it back to my guy Joey Keyran. Joey, appreciate you taking the time to let me call some baseball here in the summertime. And folks, we are entering the last 2 innings here of today's contest. Don't go anywhere as you're watching the Doc Stewarts on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Big thanks to Carter Stedman. Always enjoy trying to help out the next generation of broadcasters that want to try and get into this business to get some chops and get some opportunities. So it's always a pleasure to have somebody young that is passionate about it and wants to get into it coming through. So thanks to Carter for stopping by and being a part of the broadcast here tonight. First pitch swinging for the 6th inning. Ground ball to third base. Peyton Nash, the second baseman, leads it off. He grounds out to third for a 3rd time in the ball game. And so that'll be a quick out for Grayson Coate, who has come in and has been very good on the mound for the Doc Stewarts so far. He will get the first out quickly as Calvin Cowing, the 9-hitter, will stand in. First pitch is low. Ball 1 for Coate. Grayson has faced 2 over the minimum so far in his time on the mound, and he was so close to getting things done in the 5th inning. A ball that was very close to the strike zone was called a ball, and then the next pitch, Jackson Poole singled to right field, and then a drop third strike allowing a runner to get on. So it was close there in the 5th to getting things done a little bit earlier, but he did eventually get done with a strikeout as he gets a swing and a miss for strike 1 by Cowing, who is 0 for 2 in the ball game. A fly ball to right field and a line out to third base. 8-9-1 hitters due up here in the 6th inning for the Merchants. Docs trying to hand Hillsdale their first loss in the tournament. Swing and a miss by Cowan for strike 2. Appreciate everybody tuning in and joining us for the broadcast on the YouTube channel, and for those that are listening on the radio or listening online, appreciate you as well. Great to have everybody here tuning in for the broadcast. Swing and a miss by Cowing, and he is down on strikes. Third punch out in the game for Grayson Coate. Grayson had the first win of the season as a pitcher for the Docs back against Fairfield earlier this week on Wednesday. Came in and pitched 3 2/3 innings in relief and got the win. He's coming on in relief here and could possibly get a second win on the season. He misses outside for ball 1 and just wrapped up his sophomore season at Roseburg High School and looked pretty good there, but he has been looking good here in the summer. Great sign for the Indians going forward. Ground ball towards first base, fielded by Danner Wirtz. He takes it to the bag, and that quickly makes it a 1-2-3 inning as Ramsey Prentice will ground out to finish things here in the top of the 6th. Doc Stewart's lead this one 6-5. Another 1-2-3 inning for Grayson Coate, and the Doc Stewarts will head to the bottom of the 6th, looking to add some insurance on 541radio.com and on the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
This broadcast of Doc Stewart's Baseball on the Score is brought to you by Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC. Stick around in the postgame. We will name tonight's Champion Car Wash Player of the Game. Make your car or truck shine like tonight's Player of the Game. Visit Champion Car Wash, where you can sparkle without the splurge. Celebrating 30 years in Roseburg, it's Champion Car Wash. It's still Will Harstrom on the mound. Harstrom is going into his 6th inning of work. I have not once noticed anybody throwing in the bullpen for the Hillsdale Merchants. They're a bit short-handed here tonight. They've got 3 guys in the dugout for him here this evening. As the first pitch low, ball 1 for Easton Bachmeyer. Bachmeyer drove in a run in the 2nd inning on a ground out. A 1-0 pitch to the 9-hitter. Inside, 2-0 count. Bachmeyer, his first season with the Docs. 1 hit on the year so far. And looking to try and add to that here in this at-bat. The 2-0. Misses inside from Hartstrom. The count goes to 3-0. The 3-0 pitch to Bachmeyer. Misses outside. That is a 4-pitch walk to the leadoff man here in the 6th that the Docs look to try and add to their advantage. 5th walk in the game for Hartstrom. It brings up the top of the order Reagan Soper, who was our player interview to start out the day today We've aired 3 player interviews so far. We will start getting those up online on our YouTube channel, and then we'll have them also linked to their to the roster page on 541radio.com on the 1490 The Score homepage there. If you go to 1490thescore.com, you'll find Doc Central. Click on that. You can find things like the roster, the schedule, results, standings, all of that. And then on the roster page, you can find links to the player interviews once we've aired them. There's a pitch outside to Soper. And the count will go 1-0 for him. So Reagan was our player interview. We'll get that up online here soon. And I see the comment here, loving the All Blacks jersey. It was a gift from friends as the pitch goes to the backstop. Up to second base will go Bachmeyer on the wild pitch. That's the 5th on the night for Hartstrom. And out to second base into scoring position is Bachmeyer. A 2-0 count at the plate for Reagan Soper. The All Blacks, if you're unaware, that's the men's rugby national team for the country of New Zealand. And that was a gift from my friends before I went and traveled to New Zealand for 5 months, and still have that hanging in my closet. Fits a little tighter than it used to, as I remember, but still a memento from my trip out that direction. It was fun to talk to Reagan about being from New Zealand, playing baseball in New Zealand, and the journey that it took him to get here in the States to play baseball at Umpqua Community College, and now getting a chance to play for the Docs this summer. He takes a pitch low. He's ahead 3-0 in the count. Soper 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI single back in the second. Hartstrom's gone deep into this ball game. He's thrown a lot of pitches, maybe starting to hit that wall, that fatigue wall. The 2-0. I think that was, nope, there's strike 1. It was 3-0, and that's going to bring Soper back to the plate on a 3-1 count. 6-5, Docs in the lead as the lights start coming on here at the ballpark, starting to have an effect on the field. Soper gets around on an inside pitch, high in the air towards the Docs dugout. That one, I didn't quite see as that came down if it landed in front of the Docs dugout or in it, but I think it landed in front of the Docs dugout. Third baseman Cam Hammer was a little out of position. He was almost inside the Docs dugout to try and make that play, but in the dugout is out of play. Can't make the play over there. You could reach over into the dugout, but you can't be in the dugout to make the play. With the foul ball, it's a full count here for Soper. He'll hit one out towards shallow right center. That's going to get down between 3 players. It takes a high hop, and Cowan will get it back in, but not before Bachmeyer's able to advance 90 feet. Soper with his second hit in the ball game, and the Doc Stewarts have runners on the corners with nobody out. 7th hit in the ball game for the Doc Stewarts. It'll bring up Tegan Sprague, who's 1 for 2, make that 1 for 3 in the game. Reached on an error in the 4th and came around to score. Sprague getting a quick conversation with Coach Cody Walton. Docs have Coach Walton calling things from in the dugout. Third base coach Justin Bennett looking to the dugout to see what the coach wants. Over at first base, Coach A.J. Royal talking with Soper after the call from the head coach. Soper takes off. The throw from behind the plate is not made. At home, Ramsey Prentice looked to third, never looked to second, so Soper will get a stolen base as he's into scoring position, and the Doc Stewarts have 2 in scoring position, a 1-0 count at the plate for Sprague. Takes low and inside. Two balls, no strikes now for the 2-hitter in the lineup for the Docs. They shuffle some things around with Paxton Burke here, not here tonight. Breaking ball from Hartstrom, misses low and inside. And the count now 3-0. Docs trying to get back in the win column. They had a 2-game win streak going, and that was ended yesterday against Corvallis. 3-0 pitch is outside. Ball 4, bases loaded. Nobody out. That's the 6th walk in the game, and here comes a visit out to the mound for Phil Johnson, the coach for Hillsdale. Merchants at 16-2 on the year. They have won 7 consecutive coming into the matchup, and they are going to make a pitching change. Hartstrom Heck of an outing here tonight. He's kept this one close, did not get shelled at any point in time, but he does leave with a deficit on the scoreboard. Docs lead 6-5. A pitching change coming. Nobody out. Bases loaded. Bottom of the 6th. A chance to try and add some insurance as they'll make a move to the mound. We'll find out all the changes when we come back after this 1-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Everest, K2, and now the Mountain by Mountain Mike's Pizza. The biggest pizza this side of the Rockies. The mountain-sized pizza is a massive 20 inches wide, delivering 20 slices and a mountain of toppings. Made with the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. It's time to go big. Order yours now by using our mobile app.
Nobody out as we have a pitching change here in the bottom of the 6th. Left fielder Carson Fleming will take over on the mound for the Hillsdale Merchants. Taking over in left field defensively is going to be Captour. The DH will come into the game and will fill in for the left fielder who goes to the mound. Will Hartstrom goes 5 innings, gave up 7 hits, had 6 walks. I got him down for 1 strikeout, I do believe. Yeah, just the 1 strikeout. And he will exit with a deficit. The 3 runners on base would go to his tally if they were to come around to score. So we'll see how things play out here with Carson Fleming on the mound. Fleming out of Sherwood High School, was at the College of the Redwoods this spring, did not pitch as far as I saw. Was used as a fielder. Fleming played in 30 games, got down his hitting numbers, but no pitching numbers for him. He'll face Logan Anderson. The first pitch goes to the backstop, coming in. The throw is late, and in to score will be Easton Bachmeyer, and the Doc Stewarts will score on the wild pitch to make it 7-5. Everybody else moved up 90 feet. Bachmeyer scores, Soper to third, Sprague to second. And the Docs add a little insurance in this one, leading by 2, 3 outs away from getting a win, and still a chance to add to this one. A 1-0 pitch for Anderson. Got jammed, but he flares it in the air left side. Not very deep. Captour will make the catch. Soper dekes the run at third. He will stay there. Fly out to left field for Anderson. He's flown out to left field twice in this one. He's walked twice. No hits in the game for him. He's been hot at the plate as of late. He's been on base twice today, but has not been able to get a hit in this one. I'll bring up Christian Corba, who is 2 for 3 in this game. Had an RBI single his last time up, had a single to right field. The pitch goes back behind his head. Coming in to score is another run. Reagan Soper will cross home, and the Doc Stewarts add another one, lead it 8-5. Up to third will go Tegan Sprague. Wild pitches have just absolutely killed the Hillsdale Merchants here tonight. 1-0 count for Corba. Docs leading it by 3 with 2 runs here in the 6th. Swing and a miss. Corba 1-1 count. Again, we will have your player of the game coming up in the post-game show, so stay tuned for that. Ooh, Corba hit in the back. First hit batter tonight. So Corba makes the trip on down to first, still just 1 out. Runners on the corners, and Fletcher Coleman will bat. He's 0 for 1 with 2 walks and 2 runs scored. Walks and wild pitches have been brutal. 6 walks in the game, probably close to 7 wild pitches. And then the Docs mixing in some timely hitting. They've been able to stay in this one, and they've been able to
Now batting number 12, Fletcher
capitalize on the moments when they've been there. 8-5 the score. 1 out. Fletcher Coleman takes high and away. The lefty at the plate starts off the at-bat ahead. The 1-0 pitch is low and outside. Two balls, no strikes for Fletcher, the 5-hitter in the lineup for the Docs tonight. Outside, he's ahead 3-0. The Oregon All-Star Series going on up in Corvallis. A number of players from both these teams were up there taking part. The North team winning 12-1 as a 3-0 pitch in for a strike. Paxton Burke from the Doc Stewarts playing in that one. A couple of guys for the Merchants playing in that one. I would imagine they were playing on the North team that gets 23 hits in that game to win 12-1. Pitch in the dirt. It'll be ball 4. It got away for a moment by Prentice, but not enough to allow Tegan Sprague to think about scoring. Corbel will move to second as Coleman will get his 3rd walk of the night. I don't know what it is about Fletcher Coleman. He's not an overly tall guy, so maybe a small strike zone. But I'm not sure what it is about Fletcher Coleman, but he is a walk machine. The bases are loaded. First pitch. It gets by one, hop past third, into the corner and left. 1 run will score. A 2nd run will score. Coleman to third. Up to second base goes Wirtz. And the Doc Stewarts will add 2 more on a 2-run double by Danner Wirtz, his 2nd hit on the night. And it is suddenly a healthy 5-run lead for the Doc Stewarts against the Hillsdale Merchants. That ball took 1 hop on the infield, down the line into the left field corner. Easily scoring was Sprague from third. Coming around from second was Corba, scored standing up. Coleman got all the way around to third base from first, and Wirtz is out at second with the double. Quinn Gaylor will bat. He's 0 for 2 in the game. He takes the first pitch for strike 1. The 0-1. Outside. 1-1 count now for Gaylor. Gaylor, the 8th man to come up to bat here in the 6th inning for the Doc Stewarts. And the Docs have put 4 runs on the board to stretch their lead to 5. Outside, 2-1 count. 3 runs came in to score this inning against Will Hartstrom, the starting pitcher for Hillsdale. The book closed on him. A pitch low, 3-1 count now for Gaylor. 9 runs total come in against Will Hartstrom. I believe all of them earned runs. High and away. And the base is loaded again. Another walk for Carson Fleming, his 2nd. Bases loaded with just 1 out, and Mason Young will bat, 9th hitter to come to the plate for the Doc Stewarts. There was 1 error in there, so maybe that would negate a earned run. And the first pitch hits Mason Young. It's 11-5. RBI hit by pitch. Fletcher Coleman comes in to score after getting on with the walk. Danner Wirtz to third, Gaylor to second. And up for a second time tonight will be Easton Bachmeyer. And we get a visit out to the mound. I think we might see another pitching change. So I'd say 8 of the 9 runs were earned against Will Hartstrom. He had 6 walks, 1 strikeout, 7 hits over 5 innings, and possibly going to be taking the loss here tonight as his team's down by 6 runs now with a run coming in. You've had 5 runs scoring here in this 6th inning. It's 11-5. No pitching change. Phil Johnson out there for a brief consultation. Just try to square things away with Carson Fleming. Might be telling him, hey, look, just time to start throwing strikes. Let your defense help you behind you.
Next batter for the Docs, number 9.
Docs will try to break it open here. If the Docs could somehow find a way to put make it 4 more runs on the board, they could end it here. First pitch misses for ball 1. Pitch low, 2-0 count. Bachmeier led off the inning, reaching on a walk, moved to second on a wild pitch, and scored on a wild pitch. Bases are loaded with 1 out. Breaking ball comes in for a strike. Slow breaking ball on that one. The 2-1 pitch. Bachmeier lifts it in the air down the line. Left field corner. That one's foul. It's deep in the corner there for Bachmeier. Not enough to get out of the yard, but enough to do plenty of damage if it had landed fair. Out in left field, Captur not playing close enough to the line to get to that ball in foul territory, and I don't know if he would have gotten to it if it had stayed just inside the line. The 2-2 pitch. Grounder towards short, could be a chance to end the inning. A little hesitation getting it to second. Only 1 out completed. A run will score on the ground, or the fielder's choice for Easton Bachmeier. He'll pick up his second RBI of the night. They get the out at second. That was Mason Young. So 2 down. Coming in to score was Danner Wirtz. Up to third goes Gaylor. On at first is Bachmeier, and now a visit out towards second base for a conversation between the field umpire and Phil Johnson, the coach for Hillsdale. Maybe wondering if it was a late slide into second base by the runner that disrupts things for Peyton Nash. Trying to relay it over to first for a double play. There was a bit of a hesitation by Spencer Ames. He fielded it cleanly, but in getting it out of the glove, he had just a slight hesitation getting it to second base. And to me, it felt like that little hesitation was enough to delay the Merchants from possibly getting a double play there. Top of the order, Reagan Soper up for a second time. He's the 12th hitter or make it that the 11th hitter to come up to plate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 runs have come in here in the 6th inning. It is 12-5 in the ball game. Soper, 2 for 4 in the game. 2 singles, had an RBI in his second at-bat, and he will get hit by a pitch on the front shoulder. The slow breaking ball catches his front shoulder, and he heads on down to first. So the bases are loaded again. It was not a bases loaded hit by pitch after that fielder's choice out to second base. So now they're loaded with 2 outs. Second hit batter for Carson Fleming. Tegan Sprague will come up to bat. RBI opportunity. He grounds one through the left side. That'll score 1. They're going to put the brakes on late. Only 1 run will score as Captur gets it back in quickly. Tegan Sprague will pick up his first RBI of the night. It's his second hit in the ball game. It's now 13-5. Bases still loaded with 2 down. Gaylor comes in to score. Bachmeier to third. Sprague to second. Soper to second. Sprague on at first. Logan Anderson 0 for 2 in the game with 2 walks. Fouls back the first pitch. Quite the half inning here for the Doc Stewarts. They have pounded the pitching staff for Hillsdale here. This is the 13th hitter to the plate for the Docs here in the 6th inning. Ooh! Hit in the helmet. Logan Anderson will head on down to first. It makes it 14-5. Third hit batter for Fleming. That one hit in the helmet. Not a fastball there. So Anderson seems to be all right. Coming in to score is Bachmeier. We've already had the ambulance here once today. Kind of gruesome injury at first base. The first baseman had his arm out. The runner crashed into it, and he ended up with an elbow injury that I guess, was not necessarily pretty. First pitch behind the head for Christian Corba, who ducks out of the way. And out to the mound will go Caden Cruz for a conversation with Carson Fleming. And this is a true tutorial here. Caden Cruz, college pitcher at Clark Community College, out there going through mechanics with Fleming to try and get him to throw over the top instead of winging it in from the side. And he might have took him to heart on that one, but he delivers low. The count goes to 2-0. Christian Corba hit by a pitch here in this sixth inning by Fleming. Fleming will miss the inside corner. The count goes 3-0. One more run would finish it here for the Doc Stewarts with a 10-run mercy rule in the bottom of the sixth. And that will do it. Corba, I think, should run down to first. I think he needs to go that direction. I guess nobody's going to hold him account to it. It'll be 15-5, your final score. Docs explode here in the sixth inning, and they will... oh, there goes Corba. He does go down to first base and complete the walk for the game-ending bases-loaded walk. Coming in to score was Reagan Soper. It was a tight ball game through, 5.5 innings here tonight, but the game comes to a bit of an unceremonious end here this evening as the Doc Stewarts will score 9 runs here in the sixth inning and take a 15-5 lead and win against Hillsdale. Hillsdale will suffer their first loss of the season, or will make that the first loss of the tournament. Doc Stewarts will get their second. They go to 2-1. Hillsdale is 3-1. The only undefeated team in the tournament, Corvallis at 3-0. We'll take our final break of the show and come back to wrap up the numbers for you. Final score 15-5. Docs with a big win, their most runs of the season. As they get back in the win column, improve to 3-6. Hillsdale will go to 16-3. Back after this timeout on 541radio.com and on the score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking to expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
At Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its third generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Welcome you back here to Champion Car Wash Field as we wrap this one up for you here tonight. Doc Stewart's get the win over Hillsdale, 15-5. Your final score. Hillsdale will fall to 16-3 on the year. Docs are now 3-6 on the season. Tight game early on. Hillsdale scored twice in the first inning. Docs would take a lead 3-2 in the second. Hillsdale retook the lead with 3 runs in the top of the third to make it 5-3, but the Docs would tie it up with 2 runs in the bottom of the third. Docs took a 6-5 lead in the bottom of the fourth with a run, and then they stretch a 1-run lead with 9 runs in the bottom of the sixth inning as they would pull away for the 10-run mercy rule here in the tournament, winning it 15-5. In this one. 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, and 5 men left on base for Hillsdale. 15 runs, 9 hits, no errors, and 8 men left on base for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. The Doc Stewarts had quite the day here tonight as they put together 9 hits in this ball game. And trying to think of who's going to be our player of the game here tonight. There's definitely plenty of guys that had an impact on the ball game, but I think I have picked a guy to name our player of the game here tonight. So we will get to that here in a moment. The player of the game brought to you by Champion Car Wash. We will pass along that information in just a sec, but let's run through a couple of more numbers for you here tonight. Grayson Coate will pick up the win here this evening. It's his second win in relief. He goes to 2-0 on the year. He's got 2 of the 3 wins for the Doc Stewarts this season. He pitches 3 innings, allows no runs on 1 hit, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. He took over for Ty Hellenthal, who pitched 3 innings, gave up 5 runs on 6 hits, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. So Coate gets the win. Will Hartstrom, the youngster out of Beaverton High School, he allows 9 runs, I think 8 of them earned, on 7 hits over 5 innings, 6 walks, and 1 strikeout. Carson Fleming came in, pitched 2/3 of an inning, allowed 6 runs on 2 hits with 3 walks, no strikeouts, and 3 hit batters. So walks, hit batters, wild pitches really hurt Hillsdale here tonight. Doc's not with a ton of hits, but those walks and those wild pitches really helping them move around the bases. Extra 90s for the Stewies here tonight. The Doc Stewarts and the Hillsdale Merchants taking a look at offensive numbers. Ramsey Prentice got on with a walk and scored a run in the first. Other than that, he was 0 for 3. Cam Hammer had a double down the third base left field line, scored a run. He was 1 for 3. 2 for 3 in the game for Spencer Ames. He drove in a run, had a triple and a double, scored twice. Caden Cruz was 1 for 2 in the game, drove in 3 runs. He had a double and a run scored. Jackson Poole 1 for 3 with a single. Carson Fleming was 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Toussaint Copter was 1 for 2 in the game with a single and a walk. Peyton Nash was 0 for 3, and Calvin Cowing was 0 for 3 as well. For the Doc Stewarts, Reagan Soper 2 for 4 in the game with 2 singles, 2 runs scored, and an RBI. Tegan Sprague was 2 for 4 in the game with 2 runs scored and 2 singles. He also had a walk. Logan Anderson got on base 3 times, was 0 for 2, 2 walks, a hit by pitch. He was the only player in the lineup for the Docs to not score a run here tonight. Christian Corba was 2 for 3 in the game with 2 singles. He had 2 RBIs, 1 on a bases-loaded walk to end the game, quote-unquote, early. He also scored a run after getting on with a hit by pitch in the 6th inning. Fletcher Coleman, 0 for 1 in the game, but walked 3 times and scored 3 times. Danner Wirtz was 2 for 4 in the game, scored 3 times, reached on a fielder's choice, also on a pair of singles, a single, and then had a 2-run double in this one. He drives in a pair. Quinn Gaylor was 0 for 2 in the game, had a sack bunt and a walk, scored a run. His sack bunt helping get the Docs a score and tying things up in the second inning. Mason Young was 1 for 3 in the game with an RBI single on the infield, also drove in a run, getting hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the 6th. And Easton Bachmeyer was 0 for 3 in the game, but had 2 RBI, scoring runs on a ground out and a fielder's choice. He reached twice and scored twice in the game as well. A lot of numbers there for the Doc Stewarts as they pick up the win here tonight. Your Champion Car Wash player of the game this evening. A lot of good candidates. We're going with Danner Wirtz as our player of the game. He had 2 hits in this one, scored 3 times, and drove in 2 runs. Probably the most productive guy at the plate on a very productive night at the plate for the Doc Stewarts. So Danner Wirtz is your player of the game, brought to you by Champion Car Wash. Make your car or truck shine like tonight's player of the game. Visit Champion Car Wash, where you can sparkle without the splurge. Celebrating 30 years in Roseburg, it's Champion Car Wash. All right, that is going to do it for us. Tomorrow, the action starts a little bit earlier, 9 a.m. for Game 1 in the series tomorrow. So the first game of the day starting at 9 a.m. will be Hillsdale and Corvallis. Then you've got the Nelson Hawks taking on the Southern Oregon Baseball Club. Nelson will take on Baseballism Wet Sox in the third game of the day. That will be at 3 o'clock. And then at 6 o'clock, the Doc Stewarts take on the Fairfield Expos, and they'll see if they can wrap things up with their final win in the tournament here this weekend. So tomorrow night, the Doc Stewarts start at 6 o'clock. We'll have the coverage for you here on The Score, so hopefully you can tune in and join us there. If you want to get up to date on the schedule and results in the tournament, you can head to 541radio.com and check it all out there. We've got it posted. We'll go home and update everything for you on today's action here tonight. We'll get home and do that for you here in just a little while. But the Doc Stewarts get a 15-5 win here tonight in 6 innings. Big win, and hopefully keeps the ball rolling as this team is 3-1 after starting the season 0-5. Want to say thanks to the Hillsdale Merchants for making the trek down here tonight. Coach Phil Johnson, it's a pleasure to get a chance to catch up with him. He came down here with the Ida B. Wells Guardians during the high school baseball season to take on Roseburg. Nice catching up with him. Always a lot of nice things to say, so it's good to see familiar faces and some nice folks coming down here to play ball with us. Want to say thanks to all of their fans as well for making the trek down here to Roseburg to be a part of the action. Appreciate everybody coming down here and spending time in our little neck of the woods. Thanks to Executive Director Jake Whistler, thanks to head coach Cody Walton, and thanks to the DCBA and the entire Doc Stewarts baseball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Doc Stewarts baseball here on The Score. Thanks to Dale Cranford back in the studio for the radio production tonight. Thanks to Carter Stedman for helping out with play-by-play duties and some video production for us here this evening on site. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. How about we do it again tomorrow night, folks? Doc Stewarts take on the Fairfield Expos. First pitch at 6 o'clock. We'll have pregame coverage starting at 5:45. You can find the action with us right here on Douglas County's Home for Sports. We have 541radio.com and on our 1490 The Score YouTube channel, and right here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 14.